Hey everybody, it's Jim here, and it's been quite some time since I made a video talking about relic guitars, and most of the time when I was making those videos, I wasn't the biggest fan specifically of the heavily relic guitars. It looked like they were dragged behind a car and then sold for exorbitant prices new. Yesterday, I had a little bit of an incident with this guy. I was noodling with it on the couch. I ran to the bathroom. I came back, and my beautiful little dog was chomping between the 8th and the 9th fret on the fretboard. I can definitely feel it, and I was just like, oh man, I was a little bummed out. So I made a short PSA video, and I said, basically, don't leave your stuff lying around if you have a dog, or he might chew on it as well. I got this comment from Marcus basically saying, you finally have your relic, and it got me to thinking. More specifically, it got me to thinking about two of my higher end guitars and how I treat them very, very differently. The first being this one. This is my Journeyman Relic Custom Shop Jaguar. I bought this guitar used for a hell of a bargain. I love everything about this guitar. It did have a little bit of the beat upness to it, but I mean, overall it still looks like it's in pretty decent shape. This guitar lives on a stand. I don't worry about anything with it. It's always kind of just hanging out. I've dinged this guitar up myself. I've thought to myself, yep, nobody's gonna know the difference anyways. It was already a Journeyman Relic. If I was gonna sell this guitar, I could pass it off as mint in reality, because who could even keep up with all these little marks and things that come on guitars like this? Now granted, I don't leave this guitar hanging around in the same kind of spots of the house where my toddler or my dog are running around and making a ruckus, but at the same time, I simply don't baby it the way that I baby the other guitar I'm gonna talk about today. And that would be this Core McCarty. I love this guitar. I love how awesome this purple finish is on it. It's a delight to play. It feels like a real piece of art whenever I'm holding it in my hands and when I'm looking at it. But the problem is, I'm very rarely looking at it. This guitar lives inside of its case. There have been days where I've forgotten I've even had this guitar because I'm not the kind of person that leaves the guitars in cases. There's something about visually seeing something and then feeling drawn to, why don't I go pick that guitar up? And that kind of is lost with this guitar because I'm so worried about either A, the guitar getting dinged up, or B, because it's a purple, and this is also applies for blue finishes on Paul Reed Smith instruments, even if it's not in direct sunlight, the color will fade. And I've seen some examples of blues and purples where they've faded. It is not aesthetically pleasing. It is not the kind of aging that I would kind of want, especially when you consider that these are really expensive instruments. And I realize that this is a very first world dilemma that I am talking about in today's video, but it really got me to see it for the first time of, yeah, I really get the relic thing. I totally get it. Aesthetically, like I said, I don't think I'm ever gonna get into the ones where half the wood is stripped off or stuff like that, but as a whole here, if something is lightly aged from the factory, for a high-end guitar, I really don't mind at this point, and I think I almost prefer it because I can leave it out. It's always there. I'm thinking about the guitar when I'm sitting and I'm in a creative mood. I can look and be like, oh yeah, that's what I want to play today. And it's not something that just sits away in a case. And I get that there's a lot of people that collect guitars that the majority of the time they do live in the case. And whenever they feel so inclined to pick them up, they will go read whatever is labeled onto that specific case and have at it for that day. But for me, I'm just not that kind of player. So as much as I love this guitar, I would rather have a guitar like the Journeyman Relic Jaguar. So let me know in the comments which one you would rather have. Would you rather have a Case Queen, absolutely amazing piece of art guitar that you're a little bit scared of having anything go wrong or the slightest little nick or scratch? Or would you rather have something, lightly broken in? Not necessarily destroyed from the factory, but lightly broken in where that part of the equation is taken out of it, but all of its scars aren't truly earned. I look forward to hearing from you guys, but after today's incident, I think I'm gonna name this guitar Ein, after the dog from Cowboy Bebop, one of my all-time favorite shows and definitely my all-time favorite anime. Yes, I watch anime sometimes. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. The Tone Master video will be on Friday in case you were wondering where that was today. This was just fresh on my mind, and sometimes gotta do things in the heat of the moment, as they say. I hope to see you tomorrow for the live stream, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, have a great rest of your day. Take it easy.